So, welcome here at Croix Ternois for the third round of the Uniroyal French Drift Championship. A new track for the drifters. It's the first time the championship stops here, and we'll have a little run with Franck Montagny and Julien Febreau, our guest for this round. We'll also meet Yvon Buisson. We'll talk technique as usual, but this time we'll discover the chassis setup used in drifting. And then the inescapable qualifications which will lead to the battles. Have fun, because we know we're gonna have some here today. So we needed to perform fast, and that's what happened. We are really satisfied, and I feel comfortable now with the new car setup. Benjamin Boulbès was pushing hard during the battles, as with Nicolas Delorme. We can see him putting pressure to Nicolas on the second run when he was a follower. He's really attacking like a madman. And the results are Benjamin Boulbès first, Nicolas Delorme second, and Laurent Cousin third. I'm quite satisfied, yeah, because we had a lot of mechanical issue here this weekend. It's not because Benjamin Boulbès is leader actually that he lays himself down at the occasion. It motivates us even more to set our car as best as we can for the next race. There's not only one danger here. Many drivers are merging and can become dangerous during the next race for the championship. Many drivers came from this round, as you can see here in the paddocks, different strong personalities and style. But the driver you're gonna meet today have his place in the paddocks. He is charming and a spectacular driver. We call him the Butcher. Here's for you today, Yvon Buisson. Under this E36 M3 hood, Yvon's pride is its new engine. A supercharger has been added recently. It gives a lot of power. But the budget is around €1,800 for this build and reinforcement, but we expect a really big power gain. Seeing the top 5, yes, it's worth it and it works nicely, so we're gonna be on the hunt for these 5 guys. Sitting at the 8th place in the actual ranking, he's gonna give everything to get to the top 5. Yvon Buisson is also a showman. He is definitely an aggressive driver. Aggressive, yeah. My nickname is the Butcher, so it's not for nothing. I do a lot of backwards entry, like they say, full throttle with max angle, and that's what I do. But for those in the know, this 32-year-old driver from Lyon is also a really good tech. What's the weight of your car now? Under 1.2 tons. For what kind of power? Well, we didn't dyno it yet, but it's around 450 HP easily. There are crucial moments in drifting. One of them is when you start to slide. And that's the way he does it. It's very spectacular because he had a lot of angle from the beginning and a lot of speed too. So yeah, he is a spectacular driver, but always clean. Everything is under control and it gives us a wonderful show. Yvon wants to believe anyway. Seeing how he started only 3 years ago, he already have a promising career. When we want, we can. That's what I've been told. Gonna go full attack and no fear to be had. Will the entry control gonna make a difference on this track? Answer after the battles. For the drifting techniques, we're gonna talk about the chassis today. It includes everything but the engines, means we're talking about brakes, suspension and steering angle. Thierry Dubois got a lot of steering angles. Driver's gonna reveal their secrets for a good setup today. Action! It's one of the most important components in drifting. You have to pay attention to some guidelines to be able to drift correctly. So the chassis. Take a look here. Its sort is here. It's the tubular part. We're gonna hold to the frame with this. It helps for structural stiffness. We got all these parts here, which is very important simply because you need a well-balanced chassis to slide. You really need to have a neutral car when you're sideways. It's easier to control. A long wheelbase helps for stability, when a short wheelbase, means a short car, will help to switch between corners. Chassis setup is secret number 2 of this championship. Nicolas Delorme wanted to keep his stock 300 engine, but added a lot of stiffness to his car. That's what helps him driving aggressively. I try to work a lot on the chassis. I drive stiff to compensate with the lack of power and help motricity. So it leads to... We started with a commercial cage and added bars to reinforce mainly on the rear end, which for me is known to be a weak point. To face the ever-growing level of the other drivers, we this year even needed to reinforce the front end. Reinforcement comes to the front chocks. It's used in DTM or rally since several years, but with the high speed we reach now, we found it useful to do this modification. DGC Sports made the modifications on the car, so we are really happy with them. Stress is transmitted to the X-bar and helps to reduce the forces. And to be really effective, suspension needs to perform really well. They were specially built for track use on this car. For me, suspension is a crucial component. It's the only thing that gets the power to the ground, so these are DTM coilovers on Uniroyal. Camber is also really important. You need close to none at the rear wheels. It means that the wheels are 90 degrees from the ground. Up front, this is another story. Here we can see on this wheel, you can see that the wheel is straight, so it works with the optimum way. We're gonna contest here and you'll see when it's straight to the car, it got angle. So here we have around 4 degrees of camber at neutral, but when we'll turn the wheel, it will be at around 0. As many setups as drivers, the essential part is to find those depending on your ride and driving style. Here's a little run for you around Croix and Ternois in the official Uniroyal Mustang VIP car, and behind the steering wheel are 2 guests, Julien Febreau and Franck Montagny. Julien Febreau takes place in the Mustang and distracted but a bit stressed because it's very fast here at Croix and Ternois. So first gear, second, third, around 140 kilometers for the fastest drivers. Entry here at the first call, nice angle, big contest here. Then comes the second clipping point on the outside. Fast transition to the last curve and the last clipping, a long and spectacular curve. Drivers loves it. In third or fourth gear for some, and then comes the finish line. Training is finished, drivers land the track, now they are ready to give their best, and I can tell you that Nicolas Menoir is like a fish in the sea. Adrenaline is at his max. I wish that I was at their place, and let's see what happened during the qualifications. These qualifications are always a hard moments, and as usual, we're gonna see drivers eliminated if they don't get directly to the top 32. We did see some really nice performance. Some drivers did good work, as Benjamin Beaufort, and he gets the 5th place in the qualifications, kind of first place like Mike Kaufman, Romain Soukas, and 3rd place Jocelyn Janin, which is really happy. It really is great news for us because we had a really hard beginning for this season. So we did the first round or even the 2 first round with 0 points. We are happy, the team is happy, and so are the mechanics. Behind the driver there is a lot of people also, and we must not forget them. With the mechanical troubles we had yesterday and we need to change our gearbox during the night, here we are back, we gave everything, and it paid. Drivers are getting ready for the battles, and there you touch at the art of drifting. Frankly, adrenaline is at its maximum. They got the smile, everyone with their car. They know each other really well, but even there they're gonna fight. So the top 32 is done with half of the drivers eliminated. Antoine Amar against Rafael Zanato in his Mustang. It was a wonderful show. Really close. A lot of speed, a lot of angle. Those kind of battles are the one I enjoy the most because you must give everything. And you drive very hard, so we're not stopped by the one in front of you. On the contrary, you must give everything. So Laurent Cousin is leader against Philippe Ferreira, the blue BMW. They know each other pretty well. We see that Philippe Ferreira did a little mistake here. Laurent did too much smoke, and I misplaced the car too much in this smoke, and I was afraid to hit him, so I slowed it down. It's the game. Yvon Buisson in the black BMW against Benjamin Beaufort. Yvon is attacking. You've seen that earlier in his portrait. What happened? So it's my second race since I stopped 2 years ago. So yeah, it was a hard beginning. Comfort me for the future. So first battle for the top 8 with the 2 drivers, and Antoine Amar with this black Nissan who makes mistakes is gonna cost him a 10-0. Mike Kaufman on his blue PS13 Nissan gets an easy win for this first round. He starts with a big advantage. Now the second round, Antoine is not gonna give up in any way. He's gonna give his maximum. We can see the 2 drivers are really close, and Antoine's angle is near to perfect. Mike Kaufman still gonna win 6-4, and it's Mike Kaufman who gets to the top 4. Jocelyn Janin with his orange BMW as a leader against Nicolas Delorme in his white BMW. Jocelyn, which exit the corner a bit large, which allows to Nicolas to come back, and it will be a 6-4 on the first run for Jocelyn. On the second run, Nicolas Delorme goes very fast on his white E30 BMW. He gets some distance against Jocelyn, which will lead to 7 against 3 on this run. He is qualified to the top 4. Laurent Cousin on his orange BMW is leader, followed by Benjamin Boffard, who makes a mistake on this first run, and it's not easy to follow Laurent Cousin's rhythm. It's a 10-0 for Laurent Cousin. For the second run, Benjamin Boffard is leader, and he made a great run. A small mistake here, second mistake on the transition before the last clip. And Laurent Cousin wins 6-4. Romain Soucas against an orange BMW, purchased by Benjamin Bulbes, number 1 on his BMW GT Radial. A wonderful line, a lot of angle, and Benjamin puts a lot of pressure on his opponent, which leads to a par 5-5. Benjamin as leader is attacked by Romain. Romain can't get closer to Benjamin. The line is not really the best one. Benjamin is going to reach the last clip, and it will be a 6-4 for Benjamin. So Mike Hoffman is leader against Laurent Cousin, the blue against the orange, the Japanese against the German. Huge risks are taken here. It's a bit wide. Clip number 2, it's okay. The transition is really good. So here it's not complicated. Judges gonna give a 6-4 for Laurent Cousin. We start again. The two drivers on the line, Mike Hoffman as leader. He touched cones, so he made a mistake. Mike Hoffman went off track, and it's a 10-0 against Laurent Cousin. It's gonna be really hard for Mike Hoffman when Laurent comes to leader. But Mike Hoffman puts pressure on him. He hopes for Laurent to do a mistake, but it's complicated. Mike's line is a little bit better, but it's 5-5. And it's Laurent who is qualified. Bravo, Laurent. Congratulations. Benjamin Bulbes as leader is against Nicolas Delorme again. Those two drivers know each other pretty well. They used to drive against each other. The lines are close to perfect, and it's 6-4, and big mistakes from Nicolas Delorme. For the second run, Nicolas Delorme is leader. Benjamin Bulbes has an advantage, and Nicolas is a bit wider, and finally it's going to be a 5-5, which means the 6-4 from Benjamin Bulbes leads him to final. So Nicolas Delorme, who waited for Mike Hoffman 8 minutes instead of 5 on the start line, really wanted to wait for Mike and have a neat victory. So Nicolas gives his best to chase on the blue Nissan. It will be a 6-4 for Nicolas on the second run. Nicolas is leader, and he is really attacked by Mike Hoffman. It's a 6-4 against for Nicolas Delorme, and is third on the podium. Laurent Cousin as leader against Benjamin Bulbes, who attacked Laurent very hard and very close, and transition with a little mistake from Benjamin. Laurent also made a mistake by not being on the good line with the clipping points, and the judges gives advantage to Benjamin 6-4. On the second run, Benjamin Boulbès is very fast. He managed to put a bit of distance on his follower Laurent Cousin. Results are gonna be given in front of the public. I really gave 110%. I hope that the public saw that, because in the cars it was really crazy. It was really another world, and I'm really satisfied to have refused these 5-minute rules and to have done this battle. Yeah, happy. A bit of deception for this second place. We really like to be first place, but it's okay. It's always a pleasure. I'm gonna get that to my father. Don't worry, Daddy. First one, I'm gonna have it. You're gonna have it. We try to maintain ourselves. So yeah, on the podium, but it wasn't really done before. Unbeatable? I don't know. We're gonna wait for the end of this season to know, and then we'll see. Well, this is the end. Fiesta is done here at Croix en Ternois. The show is done, and I can tell you that we had so much fun. Feels like next year is gonna be huge. I give you a little rendezvous next month on the 5th of July exactly. It's gonna be at Tours, at the Tours Speedway during the American Festival. See you there.